Just enjoying the tunes, man. Hello, everybody out there in the virtual world. My name is Stevie Cade. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to our Sunday Drive-By News, which we're here every Sunday. That will soon change, but to be announced on that one. And to my left, we have the man in front of the curtain, Seth Draven. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good.
Good. Good to know. Good to hear. Good to see you. Good to hear your voice. Looks like you're doing well.
I am.
Good. I'm glad you got that rash taken care of. So anyway, we and if anyone has anyone seen Ramon? Anybody? Ramon? Well,
Nope.
That's because it's because Ramon's not here. Yeah, Ramon has a case of the vid. He got, even though he's got the jabby jab, he's got the shot, but he did come down with COVID, and we're not going to be seeing Ramon for a while. I just want to say that I miss you, Ramon. You will always remain dear to our hearts. You will always be a part of Film Trigger and Drive-By News.
Ramon's not dead, by the way.
Oh, no. He'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he'll be back next week.
Yeah, thank you for bringing me back down to earth there, son. I appreciate that. But I do want to give Ramon a moment of silence. So if we could, let's just put our heads down and remember Ramon as he was last week in this moment of silence. Seth, this is a moment of silence. What are you doing, man?
My mic was muted. I visibly muted my mic before that happened.
Sure, yeah, likely suspect there. Way to set up your alibi before you. Yeah, nice. Well done. Wow, that's so rude. All right, yes, we do not have Ramon today, but he is here in spirit, and maybe he'll be joining us in the comments. Maybe you can join him in the comments. Please feel free to leave us a comment on the live stream, or you can also call and text us at the number. I'll leave that number at the bottom right there. You can give us a call or send us a text. It will come to the show live. But are you ready to dive into some news here, buddy?
I am ready.
All right, let's get this started in 3, 2, 1. See, I feel like I already miss Ramon. Like I just want someone to do something weird, like hello everybody. How are you?
I can do it.
This is Snoopy. I'm gonna add that clip at the beginning at our opening credits of like him saying this is Snoopy. That's ever going to emulate what Ramon's contribution to this channel is. So love you. Okay, so we're gonna jump right into some movie entertainment news here. Now this one is a big one. I don't know all the legalities behind it. I think we all know what's happening here, but let's just put it up. Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and all other Marvel TV shows are to leave Netflix in March. I honestly didn't see this coming. Like I knew that they were Marvel properties, but like, did they have to sell back to Marvel? How'd this work out, Seth?
We don't technically know, but it's like a pretty good guess that Marvel went to them when they were like, hey, we want these shows back. You know, we want to put out these shows on our own service, whether that be Disney Plus or Hulu. So they're going to go to one of those.
Make it happen or else.
they probably paid them a lot of money to.
Yeah, because Netflix made that. That was theirs.
Yeah,
like,
and that was Netflix's property. Show. I don't think it was ever. I don't think there was like a contract that said like, oh, we can have these shows for this amount of time. If that was the case, they wouldn't be Netflix shows.
Oh, somebody came back from the grave. He's alive. He's alive. Ramon, good to hear from you, buddy. That's our man right there. I don't know how to stop this.
Yeah, it keeps going. What would have been funny is if when you tried to stop it, it just like replayed.
Oh, I'll be back soon. Thanks for laughing at my expense. I'll be here. Oh, anytime, buddy. That's what we're here for. Love you. Cheers. What were you saying, buddy?
I was just saying, I doubt there was a contract that said that the Netflix can only have these shows for a certain amount of time. Because if that was the case, then they wouldn't be Netflix shows. So, so Disney definitely went to them and they were like, hey, or obviously not definitely, but Disney probably went to them and they were like, hey, give us these back.
If you can't own every multimedia, you can at least bully them, right? That should work. How do you feel about this? The fact that Marvel is moving, or Netflix is moving all their Marvel stuff off their platform. I mean, where's it going to go? Is it going to go to Hulu? Is it going to go to Disney Plus?
I think the safe bet is Hulu, but the CEO of Disney has recently talked about how they're looking at the idea of putting like R-rated content on Disney Plus. And I feel like this would be the perfect opportunity to start doing that, is to bring on like Daredevil and stuff.
Already proven properties that have a following and a fan base. Yeah, that would definitely be like Deadpool would also be another one.
Yeah, bring in Daredevil and then put on things like Deadpool, Logan, all that. And then because they bought Fox, they have a bunch of R-rated stuff. Yeah. Like they have like the entire Alien franchise, Predator and Die Hard, and like there's that's just three things.
Is that going to go on Disney Plus, or is that going to have its own streaming service? What do they call it? It's 20th century, streaming service.
It would, if they started doing R-rated content on Disney, it would go to Disney, because we're already getting Fox content on there.
Yeah,
like Home Alone and like Night at the Museum and things like that. Mm-hmm. Those are Fox things. So
ooh, nice. It's really good. I'm happy for Disney that they're getting all their properties slowly but surely back together. I'm sure Netflix got a big payday for that.
Yeah, they did for sure.
And good for Netflix. Good for them. I'm glad they did, because I know that they've been in a financial hole for a while, and they seem to keep making really expensive movies, and I don't know why, because they can't afford it. But here you go. Disney helped you out there, Netflix. I do think it's funny that all the radar properties that will go onto Disney are going to come from other studios that had rights to Marvel first.
Yeah.
I get so confused when I say Disney and Marvel. Like, to me, like, they're one and the same. I can call it Marvel one second and Disney the next second, and I mean the same exact thing. So I apologize if I get confusing there.
Next, they just have to go after Spider-Man. They'll save Hulk for last.
No, I don't think the Spider-Man's going to happen. I think Sony knows what they have.
I think Disney will try. I doubt Sony will let it happen, though.
They already did. Remember a few years back when like Disney was being an asshole to Sony about like, well, this is the last time we're going to let you have Spider-Man in our movie. We don't know what's going to happen to the future of the Spider-Man property, because we want this much money per movie and all this stuff. And
oh yeah, because they were making
go ahead.
Disney was getting paid 15% for each Spider-Man movie, like out of the box office, and they went to Sony and they were like, yeah, we want 50%, and Sony was like, no. So Sony just took away the rights. Like, Sony just immediately pulled Spider-Man out of the MCU, and then they came to another deal, and now I think Disney's getting 25%.
Yeah, Sony didn't back down. Like, they heard what they had to say, and they're just like, no, that's not happening. We'll take Spider-Man as is. We were doing fine without you. We did this for you.
Well, that sent Disney into panic mode because of the Far From Home cliffhanger.
Yeah.
That sent Disney into panic mode. They set Spider-Man up to be a huge like character, and now they don't have him.
Oh man, the mouse trapped himself in that situation. Okay, so yeah, all the Marvel shows are leaving Netflix in March. and hopefully they're going to Disney Plus, so I don't have to buy a new subscription like Hulu or something stupid like that. Because that would
Hulu's actually a really good service. Like, I know it's more money, but
right. But
like,
my thing is, I don't even have time to watch the services that I have now. I really don't. Like, I have 3 or 4 services, and I barely watch anything besides movies. TV shows.
I mean, Hulu has a lot of movies. Like Hulu adds stuff all the time, but
yeah.
I think I've grown to like Hulu a lot over the years.
I'll have to check it out. Maybe we can do a trade or something. No, I think I have HBO Max is my only bargaining chip, I think. Okay, so with that being said, there you go. Bye Marvel shows at Netflix, and now DC is also making a move of kind of an odd but like decent move. No, if there's one thing I've noticed about DC, especially when it comes to the Batman, their marketing has been on point. Like, they've done a really good job marketing that movie. It's just very, its arms are reaching out very far. They did the Little Caesars bat pizza, which looks stupid, but everybody wanted it, so they got it. Like it worked for what it was supposed to do. Just the posters that they have that have like the secret writing. You have to take like a black light to it or some sort of light to it to see the subtext. They're doing really good. Now they've put out this trailer for the world needs heroes. Have you seen this?
I saw that. I think it's their like Super Bowl trailer or something.
Yeah, I can't really I can't really play the whole thing here, but yeah, it's got really nice nuggets of audio clips in here. You can hear Michael Keaton's Batman talking that it's going to be in The Flash, talking about saving multiple universes and things like that. So it has a lot of really good stuff in it. Anything that really stuck out to you?
What stuck out to me the most was everything for Black Adam. I thought that looked good. Like seeing Dr. Fate. He had the gold helmet in the Black Adam snippets. Those are really cool.
Yeah, I don't know much about Black Adam. I did see that. But
I don't either.
It didn't really
I'm worried about that movie because of The Rock. Like
what?
What? Are you laughing at what I said in the comment?
Before we dive into that, I think Seth should replace Tom Holland as Peter Parker. The dude with the beard should play Catwoman. What? Am I the dude with the beard? Thank you, Ramon. That's your knowledge of comic book properties is just outstanding. No, no, not because of what you said. Well, no, because I don't. Okay, give me some justification of why you feel that way about The Rock. Why is he the question mark over that movie for you?
Because The Rock is like the same in every movie that he's in. He's just the action guy. Like,
right. But do you think he's going to be that copy and paste?
That's what I'm worried about.
Is in this movie.
That's what I'm worried about. Is will he be that, or will he actually kind of stretch his acting muscles a little bit and prove himself as a really good actor, or at least change up?
I don't think that he'll be his regular copy and paste. I really don't. I think I've never seen him in a role like a villain role before. You know what I mean? So yeah. I mean, maybe that's all he needs, just a different role, just to be put into a different role so he can act differently. They just keep putting him in the same roles, so he keeps copying and pasting his performance. But
I am excited for Black Adam because the way they keep describing it is exciting. They said it pushes the limit of PG-13, and they're like, if you like Man of Steel, you're gonna like Black Adam, because it's like they've said they're very similar. Probably not in terms of story, but probably like the action or whatever, like the way the action
who said that? Who said that?
I think The Rock said that.
Okay, I'll accept that from The Rock. There's a lot of people I wouldn't accept that from, but I'll accept that from The Rock. Like if the executives of Warner Brothers were coming in, so it's gonna be as good as Man of Steel. Like, what the hell do you know about Man of Steel? You don't even get me that right.
Okay, I want to bring this up really quick that I read about Man of Steel. It was an old article, but like it popped up again the other day, and I thought it was hilarious. It's something Zack Snyder said. He said like when he was pitching Man of Steel, like some of the executives or producers and stuff, they said not to destroy Superman's ship because they said, well, then how's he going to get back to Krypton?
Oh yeah, I've read that same thing. It's like, wait, Krypton's not there, you idiots.
Krypton's not there.
It's the whole point.
And Superman can fly. Now I know he probably can't fly on Krypton, so I guess you need the ship to get out. But
you gotta remember, like, he can't really fly too far from the sun. The sun is what gives him his powers.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the thing. Once he gets out of the reach of the sun, then yeah, he kind of loses all those things. But this Aaron White says The Rock has been his passion project for years. So hopefully he'll bring his best self. I agree.
That's what brings the confidence.
Yeah,
the hopefulness in me.
There is also a few other nice shots here. I don't know if they're nice shots, but other shots. We got the Flash suit. I don't know about this costume, man.
The cowl just looks weird. See, that looks weird to me. Like,
it looks like
I feel like it's really good on like concept art, but like seeing it is just weird to me. There's one shot though where it looks really good.
It went down a peg to me, like from what he was wearing in BVS to this.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to explain it? Do you think they're going to give a reason?
I'm sure they will.
Change.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of theories that like he starts off with his suit that he has in Justice League, and then when he like travels through the multiverse or whatever, it like burns his suit or something. So even though I know it's not made to do that, but like, multiverse, it's weird. So it like burns his suit, and then he has to make that new suit. I've seen those.
I have much thinner materials. Very well done, sir. A couple of really good shots of the Batman. I'm getting more pumped for the Batman.
I am too.
I'm so glad we got early tickets for that.
Yeah, we did. March
1st. Yeah, March 1st. You and I will be seeing that before it hits theaters for the general population. Now, I had to influence, the movie place. I had to tell them, hey, we're Film Trigger from YouTube.
And then they were like, oh, okay.
Well, they actually already had it. It came in a pre-packaged envelope with our name on it with our tickets. Yeah, it really worked out nice.
Nice.
No, everybody can get in early. it's at specific.
Well,
theaters.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah, we did manage to get like the last available.
I looked because I didn't even consider sending you the link to that until the morning of, and then there were like 2 theaters near us, or at least near me, that were coming up for it. One of them was already sold out, and so I was like, there's only one other option. This one's gonna be sold out. So I clicked that one. And there were like some available seats, like enough. So I was like, I need to send this to him right now and hope he sees it.
Yeah.
So I sent it to you, and then I was like talking to my mom, and I was like, I hope he gets these tickets. I was like, there's probably not much time before they sell out.
Yeah, I went on and found it as soon as you sent it to me, and yeah, that was it. Is this the guy you're talking about?
Yeah, Dr. Fate. There's another shot with him where he has the full suit on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's him.
Okay. I don't know much about Dr. Fate. What's his deal?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know much about him either. I just think he looks cool.
Please subscribe to our channel. We're very knowledgeable.
Well, we're a movie channel, to be fair. We're not a comic book channel. But
fair enough.
But no, I just think he looks cool. And he's very magic based, like, I don't know how accurate this is because I haven't read their comics, but people will sometimes call him like the Doctor Strange of DC.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But, he is like different enough, I think, but he's very magic based.
And here's another look. We've seen this shot before.
Yeah.
Where we have Barry Allen, and then we have like
Barry Allen again.
Yeah, Barry Allen plus,
but with long hair.
Yeah, and he's wearing the bat suit, but spray painted. Yeah,
I'm really weird about this movie because like everything we've seen, which isn't much, but the things we have seen, I think look fine, but it's just got that stain on it that Ray Fisher isn't there. Like,
right. Well, yeah. Was that supposed to be Ray right there? Was Michael Keaton supposed to be Ray?
it was probably meant to be. I'm gonna guess Supergirl. Honestly, I feel like that's where Cyborg was meant to be before. We don't know that for sure.
I thought she was shoehorned to be in this movie before Ray Fisher left this movie.
I don't think so.
No, well, I'm glad they got her. I'm glad she's rocking the
Man of Steel
the
logo.
Man of Steel logo right there.
Yeah,
I'm digging that. So hopefully that they play into that. Unless everything gets in this timeline gets reset, and then it gets reset into, the classic S logo. That, oh my god, that would piss me off.
the fact that that's probably not impossible is actually kind of funny. Like, not even just not impossible. I'd even say like more likely than it should be.
It's probable.
Yeah, it's probable.
Oh man, that's
you
too
see,
bad.
like I said, I think the Flash looks good, but it has its issues, and I am worried about what it's going to do.
It seems to be the dead goose hanging over Warner Brothers. Now, to clarify, we have said on this channel before that Ray Fisher was fired, and let go of that project, which is not exactly true. I did learn that he actually left the project. He was not let go of it. He chose to leave on his own accord.
I think what happened was he was willing to leave if they wouldn't apologize. I think that's what it was. And then because I do remember him saying that he got an email saying he was being let go from the movie or being pushed out of the movie.
Well, either way, he kind of set an ultimatum. He set it up himself, which that's his thing. He's got that whole accountability over entertainment, and that's what he held true to that.
Yeah.
But we'll talk more. We'll talk more about Ray Fisher a little bit later in our drive-by news, because he does come up a little bit more. But we're going to move forward here past the World Needs Heroes promo. It was a decent promo. As I said, we got to hear Michael Keaton. It almost seems, before we move on, it almost seems like a drastic stretch. Please don't give up on us. Here's what we got this year.
That's what they're doing.
Aquaman, you see Aquaman? Aquaman's cool.
We didn't even talk about Aquaman. I'm really curious to see what they're doing with Michael Keaton. Are they just bringing in Michael Keaton for the sake of bringing in Michael Keaton, or do they have an actual story they want to tell with Michael Keaton?
Yeah,
that's what I'm really wondering here.
Yeah, because he's gonna be the new lead of the DCEU Batman, which is it's bittersweet. So bittersweet.
With the Batgirl movie, it's sounding like he'll be more of a mentor. Like people are comparing him to kind of like a Nick Fury type role. He gets involved when he has to, but he's more of a mentor to
Batman, the retirement years.
I mean, yeah.
Batman, I'm too old for this shit.
But the thing is that people at first were just oh wow, we're getting Michael Keaton back in the Flash. That's gonna be a cool, fun cameo. But there's rumors going around now that he's signed on for a minimum of 3 movies, and that he's probably gonna sign on for more. Because that would be the Flash, Batgirl, and who knows what else.
I don't know. Hold on. Oh, sorry, I got confused on something. No, him being in this Batgirl movie is very. That's the big question mark. Is how is he just stuck in this universe, or is he going to have a multi-pass, and then he can go into any multiverse that he wants at any given time? We don't know. Only the Flash will tell. But the fact that he's going to exist in a movie with our Jim Gordon from the Snyderverse, it raises a lot of eyebrows and a lot of questions.
Batman is officially older than Jim Gordon.
Yeah. Is he?
I'm pretty sure Michael
Keaton
Keaton. Yeah, hold on. Let me look up Michael. Let's see. Michael Keaton is 70.
Okay. What about J.K. Simmons? He's got to be right around the same age.
AK Simmons is 67.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, Batman is older than Jim Gordon.
Good job, Warner Brothers. You really messed up this timeline. What's going to happen next? Oh, jeez. The Thomas Wayne outlives his son. All right, so we're going to move forward here. Let's see. We did get another trailer. Jurassic World Domination trailer talk. You watched this trailer?
Jurassic World Dominion, but yes,
What I
did.
said.
You said Domination, and you have it.
Oh, I
you have it on there as Domination.
Wow, I actually copy and pasted that from somewhere. So that
That's weird.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jurassic World Dominion. I've only seen the first Jurassic World movie. Like, obviously, I've seen Jurassic Park and stuff, but like, in terms of the Jurassic World movies, I've still only seen the first one.
Yeah.
I've never seen. The.
I don't know.
Okay. I tried.
Are you messing with it?
No, I tried to put up Jurassic World once I saw you put up Blade Runner, and then you put up Jurassic World, which canceled it, and then I tried to put it back up, and then you canceled it again.
I was just wondering what was going on. I thought we were gonna have like an exorcism. I needed an old priest, a young priest, quick. Please continue with what you're saying.
I did not see the second Jurassic World movie. I think it was called Fallen Kingdom. Mostly because I was going to see it one night and then tickets were sold out, so we just didn't go like ever.
Yeah.
So, but I've heard that one's okay, just all right. But this one looks really good.
It does. Now, I've never been, not once. Before I say that, let me say this. I love Jurassic Park, the movie that came out in 94, 93.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that movie. Saw it in theater multiple times, once when it came out and once with its re-release with you, I believe.
Yeah, I was there. That was fun.
and it's such a magical movie. It really is. And when they came out with the sequels, obviously, for the most part, those were shit bombs. Some people like them for their own right, but when they came out with Jurassic World, to me, had no interest in it. I've had no interest. I'm just like, oh, okay, it's Jurassic Park sequel reboot. They're pretty much just telling the same thing, slightly different story, better effects. Got it. I don't need or want to see this movie. Still, never have. Until I saw this trailer.
Oh.
This trailer, to me, and the way my head works, is like, this to me should be like the third or the second Jurassic Park movie. We go from like the original one to this one. That's how my head is connecting it, because they play into that nostalgia. They bring back the cast from the first movie. They bring those guys back, and I don't know. It just seems to make sense to me. It feels like an actual continuation as opposed to a secret reboot. How do you feel about what I just said?
I mean, I kind of understand what you're saying, as to how this is what finally gets you interested in the Jurassic World movies. But I don't think you can jump from Jurassic Park to this one, because there is a lot of story in both Jurassic World movies before this. Like there's like a bunch of development between, I think Chris Pratt's character's name is Owen, I think. There's a bunch of development between his character and the dinosaur's name is Blue in the movie.
Yeah.
There's because she was there in the first one, the dinosaur, and then they grew closer in the second one, and now there's a bunch of stuff happening with her in this one, and you won't really feel anything unless you watch the other two, And
maybe we'll see. I don't know.
I saw Jurassic World in theaters when it came out. That I really enjoyed watching that one in theaters. That was a lot of fun.
Well, this one looks like a lot of fun, like the original one. See, I'm going to do a little social experiment here. Well, not really social, experiment on me. I'm going to watch this in theaters without seeing the other two, and I'm going to see if I feel left out. If I'm like, oh man, I probably should have seen the other two movies first. That's going to be my commentary. That's how I'm going to review the Jurassic World movie.
That's a weird way to do that, but all right.
I
see what you're doing, but
I have a feeling that I might be right on this. Maybe I'm not, and I'll look like an idiot, and I'll put that in my review. But for other old grumpy men like me who don't want to go, spend their time watching 2 other movies if they don't have to, I will speak to that audience. I will let them know, okay, maybe you should go see the other 2 movies or skip them. You don't need it. Watch the first movie, watch the Jurassic Park movie, then watch this movie. That's all you need.
You say that like no one watched. You say that like no one watched Jurassic World.
No, I say that like there's a small island of grumpy old men like me that haven't, and I will speak to that island of men. Like that was a very weird sentence. I don't ever want to say that again. Anyway,
Jurassic World made almost $2 billion at the box office, by the way.
So you're saying I'm the only one? She looks great, by the way. Like the whole cast coming back looks great. Like all look.
It is cool to see everybody back. Jeff Goldblum was in the last one.
Yeah.
He was in Fallen Kingdom. I think he was only in it for a few minutes, but they seem to be like major players in this one. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, and the whole cast coming back just looks magnificent. Like just very, very well seasoned. And I'm very excited to get these guys back. Where's the money shot? Where is it? Oh, wait, we get this guy. We get this guy coming back. He took out Newman. That's a Seinfeld reference. The guy who played Newman in Seinfeld got taken out by this guy in the original Jurassic Park movie. Anyway.
There you go.
Is that it?
I think that's one of them.
Yeah.
That's a shot with everybody.
Yeah, then you just cut it out to like right here. Over. There's the money shot. Man, look at Jeff Goldblum. Get off my lawn. Wow.
I think it's just the face he's making, because usually
that's how faces work.
Get off my lawn. That's funny.
I'm gonna make that meme later. Let's see. We got a comment here. Let's jump into the comments. So Aaron White says Sam Neill as Alan Grant is my favorite character. Really? Like of all time? Your favorite character of all time? I would dive a little deeper into that, Aaron. Give me some good reasons why. Give me some good reasons. Like I can see
he's probably saying it's just his favorite Jurassic Park character.
Oh, maybe.
But he didn't. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it is his favorite fictional character of all time. So
I mean, I don't see why not. But like to me, like if you're gonna have that be your favorite character of all time. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In Jurassic Park world. Okay, got it. Yes, I'm with. It's either him or Jeff Goldblum's character for sure. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I just like the movie. Let's see. Hit or miss. Ramon speaking to us from the grave. You need to watch Jurassic World first. You will be missing out bug time if you don't. It's a wicked movie. Oh, big. Watch it, Stevie. Don't be a hairy biker.
All right. No, okay. I agree with him though. Watch Jurassic World first, please. because what'll happen is you'll watch the new one and then you'll be like, all these characters are lame. and then that's because you haven't watched their character development for the whole trilogy. You just watched the last one.
Yeah, my review will just I don't understand what's going on here. There's no character development with like half of these people. I don't understand where they came from. It's gonna be my movie review.
You know what's funny
I'm just gonna change the channel name from Film Trigger to Grumpy Old Man Watches Movies.
You know what's funny about this movie though is that
no, Seth, I haven't seen it yet. I don't know about its comedic timing. Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
Colin Trevaro is directing this movie, and Colin Trevaro was going to direct Star Wars 9, which was going to be the grand conclusion of.
Yes, go on.
Which was going to be the grand conclusion of Star Wars. Now he's doing the grand conclusion of Jurassic Park instead of Star Wars. And this is funny to me because they fired him off of Star Wars.
Why?
Because there was a movie that he made like right before that bombed at the box office. So they thought it would put a bad name on Star Wars. So they fired him and had them rewrite the whole script. The original script that Colin Trevaro wrote for Star Wars sounded a lot better than what we got. Like it wasn't amazing or anything, but it was definitely better. Like,
I don't know. I hear what you're saying, but I feel like that's kind of a lame excuse. Like that probably had something to do with it, but at the same time, they also had their own like Rian Johnson debacle where he just went a completely different direction, with the Last Jedi. And so like I think that director coming out with a movie that didn't hit very well, plus the Rian Johnson thing, probably got them to scramble and fire him. That seems
maybe
to make sense.
I think his script would have been good. Like, it's already leaked. We know what it is. We've seen the script before, or I have. It's been leaked, but like there were like parts where like Kylo Ren was fighting Vader, like Ghost Vader, and then Luke would show up, and he like would catch the blade of the lightsaber. It was just cool. There's concept art of it and stuff, but it was just cool.
How can you catch a blade of a lightsaber?
Because he's a Force ghost, and we don't talk about it.
Oh, okay.
We're not supposed to question it.
All right, fair enough. Hit or Miss TV, who is now harassing our comment section. Seth knows, but hey, my name is Stevie K, and I'm so funny. I know what's best because I like The Amazing Spider-Man too. Actually, no, I don't. And did I tell you that the suit in The Amazing Spider-Man is the best one? I know this because it's my theory. I like a good theory. I do. Ask Seth. He knows about good theory. Wow. What time is it over there in the UK, Seth? It's like 5:30 right now, right?
Something like that, yeah.
All right. So yeah, he's probably already drunk then. All right, cool.
My point of this being funny is that Jurassic World Dominion is probably going to be better than what we got, better than The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, okay. And also a series ending event, which this director seems to love to do. Okay, got it. Man, Ramon is just, he cannot help but to hassle us even when he's not here. We had a moment of silence for you.
He's harassing you, not me. He's on my side. Watch Jurassic World.
Wow. Okay, watch Jurassic World. Thank you for the family divide, Ramon. I appreciate that. It's something I really
That's a bit dramatic.
That's a bit. Did you not read his comment?
Oh no, I saw it. It was funny.
Okay. So Blade Runner sequel coming to Amazon.
Blade Runner is my favorite movie. I've never seen Blade Runner.
I've never seen Blade. Now Ramon has seen Blade Runner. He would.
I sent this because I did kind of forget that Ramon wasn't going to be here until like yesterday. So I expected to talk about that with Ramon, but I can say something about it. So Denis Villeneuve directed Blade Runner 2049. Of course, he directed Dune.
Right.
He's not involved with this show, at least that we know of. That bums me out because I like him. I like Denis Villeneuve. I'm growing to like him a lot more as a director because I've seen Arrival. Have you ever seen Arrival? I think we watched that together.
Yeah. I don't think I've watched the whole thing. I think I watched most of it though.
I really liked Arrival, and I did enjoy Dune, but I need to rewatch it. But he has this other movie. That I watched this week called Prisoners. Mm-hmm. It has Hugh Jackman in it, and it also has Paul Dano in it. And
okay.
It is so intense. Like it had me on the edge of my seat the entire time. And this movie is over 2.5 hours long, but what it's about is Hugh Jackman and his family. He has a daughter. They're going to Thanksgiving, and they're going to like a friend's Thanksgiving, and they have a kid too, and their daughters go out, and then they can't find them. So like their daughters were kidnapped, and the whole movie it's like a thriller. They're like looking for their daughters. It's so intense. It showed me like Denis Villeneuve is a really good director. So like even though I'm not a huge Blade Runner fan, or I've never seen Blade Runner, I'm still bummed out that he is seemingly not involved with this show.
Does that make you want to see his Blade Runner?
After watching Prisoners, yeah, I want to see his Blade Runner movie. And
I just missed the train on it. Like the original Blade Runner came out in the 80s. I just never watched it, and so I don't mind watching him. I wouldn't. But now my question is this going to continue from the movie that came out in 2017? Is that going to be a sequel from that, or is it going to go back to the original movie and kind of like retcon everything that happened in between.
Well, I mean, it'll probably just be a sequel to the new one. Like
Okay.
people like that one. It bombed at the box office.
Oh,
but
they liked it that much, huh?
everybody who's watched it likes it though. Like, but
Right.
just no one cared about
it. It has a cult classic following, but
yeah,
that following's not very big. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, it probably says it in here. The 2017 sequel, which was set in 2049, starring Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling, that's a guy, like, he's done nothing to like upset me in the movie world, but for some reason, whenever I see him in a movie, I'm just like, meh. Like when the rumors were, that he was going to be cast as like Batman at one point in time, like, just sounds so unappealing to me. Who knows? Maybe he's great. I don't know much about the dude.
I've seen people say they want him to play Wolverine, and I don't think I've ever laughed harder at a casting. Like, he's not a bad actor, I'm sure, but like,
no, I have no reason to not like him and stuff. But for some reason, when I hear his name, I'm just like, yeah, all right, whatever.
That's how I used to be with Matt Damon. I was like, I just don't like him.
Screw you, Matt Damon, because of reasons.
I have no reason to dislike Matt Damon, but
it's like Ramon and his hatred for fucking Dan Aykroyd.
The funniest part is that when I'm watching a movie that has Matt Damon in it, I like Matt Damon in the movie, but when I'm not watching that movie, then I'm just like, I don't like Matt Damon. He's weird. I don't like him. He's a loser. And then I watch the movie and I'm like, wow, he's a really good actor. And then as soon as that movie is ending, I'm like, I hate Matt Damon.
You son of a bitch. Seth sitting on his couch eating fucking ramen noodles. It's just like, Matt Damon, what a loser. Boo.
Boo, Matt Damon.
Boo this man.
I like him a lot in Ford v Ferrari. I keep talking about that movie. I need to chill out with that.
Yeah. Let's see. Ramon. Blade Runner should be left alone unless it's Denis, or however you say his name. Villeneuve. He understands it. Both Blade Runner movies are special, but making the series is wrong. Like making 2001: A Space Odyssey. Blade Runner is similar to Dune. It has a select crowd in which a series will end up and a series will end up bum. Okay. You don't dare diss Gosling, you mug. Drive is one of the best movies ever. Drive.
I've actually never seen Drive before.
Never heard of it.
I've heard of Drive. I've been curious about watching it. I don't know if it's on anything though. It might be.
As I said, I don't have a good reason not to like, just like you and your weird obsession to like completely diss Matt Damon. Like, it makes no sense. There's no validity to the mindset. I just see Ryan Gosling's name and I'm like, probably not the greatest thing ever.
Drive really isn't on anything. Wow.
Because Ryan Gosling's attached. No one wants to see that piece of shit. I
think it's on Tubi, actually. It might be on Tubi. You know what Tubi is?
Yeah, the premier streaming service is known as Tubi.
What's funny is this.
I'm really just being a dick for no reason.
This Matt Damon thing isn't even new. Like, I remember us looking at the movie section in like 2015. And you were like, "Oh, here's this Matt Damon movie. I think it's The Martian." You're like, "Do you want to rent this Matt Damon movie?" And I was like, "No." And
I don't know why I keep sneezing.
Me neither. And you were like,
"Do you want to sneeze all day until we went live?"
You were like, "Do you want to rent this movie?" And I was like, "No." And you were like, "Why?" And I was like, "It has Matt Damon in it." You were like, "What's wrong with Matt Damon?" And I was like, "I don't like him."
Oh man, I really
that
hope
was like
Film
7
Trigger
years ago.
Off. I really hope Film Trigger takes off so I can like connect you and Matt Damon together in a live stream, and so you can just.
I'm sure he's a fine person. I'm sure if that ever somehow happened, I'd be like, "Oh, hey, Matt Damon."
Right. That's it. Cool. When Film Trigger reaches 100,000 subs, we're going to go live with Matt Damon and Ryan Gosling. You and me, a 2-on-2 interview with Matt Damon and Ryan Gosling, where we're just going to express how much we don't like them and we're not sure why. and we will demand that they defend themselves on the spot. That's a good idea, man. We're really going places.
Yeah.
All right. Moving forward past Blade Runner, which I knew Ramon would not be a big fan because Ramon hates anything that's new. I'm sure, I can't say for sure, but I would guess that when they decide to make the sequel to Blade Runner, that Ramon probably had a problem with that until he saw it. Am I right on that, Ramon, or am I wrong? Did you despise them making the sequel to Blade Runner before you saw it? Let me know that. Be
right.
honest. Be
I'm
honest.
Curious.
Yeah. So now Obi-Wan has a new poster and a May release date. And what is that May release date, Seth?
May 25th.
May 25th. I thought it was a different day. I thought they did it like a few days after May 25th.
No, I think it's May 25th.
Oh, okay. So is this the new poster right here? Is this it?
Yeah, that's the poster.
Right.
See, people are wondering like, oh, May 4th was right there. Why didn't you do May 4th? May 4th is on a Wednesday. That's when they air their shows. And it's
but May 25th is the day that Star Wars came out, right?
May 25th this year specifically is the 45th anniversary of the original Star Wars movie. So I think it makes perfect sense to do this because obviously that's when Obi-Wan was introduced. So I think it makes perfect sense. I'm excited for this. Obi-Wan personally is my favorite Star Wars character. So
yeah. What do you think about, do you think this is perfect timing or do you think this show should have been made a while ago?
I'm surprised it wasn't made a while ago, but I think now is the perfect time to do it. Like, especially with Disney Plus and all that, I think now is the perfect time to do the Obi-Wan show.
Yeah.
And because people have been begging for an Obi-Wan movie for a long time, like a really long time.
Right. Oh, and you know what? I do agree that it is a good timing because it's going, this show, I think more than any other Disney or Star Wars show so far is going to bring back true nostalgia. Because even though a lot of people, some are, but most people aren't fans of the prequels, but they learn to love them over time. You know, like me, like I do respect the prequels for what they are. And the third one is so good.
I watched Revenge of the Sith last night.
Yeah, did you really?
Yeah, I like that movie.
Nerd.
I've been like hyper fixating on Star Wars for the past couple of weeks.
This is what I'm saying. They're going to play into this prequels nostalgia now. That's what they're going to play into, and it's perfect timing for that. Most, if not, I'd say 90% of all those actors are still around, including the original actors from the movie. Some of those guys are still around too. That could definitely make cameos into this and really make that timeline really work, and fill in, answer some questions of where is Luke Skywalker and Han Solo in this moment, and we can bring back their CGI selves, and hopefully that's what they do with Han Solo. Hopefully they don't bring in that other actor, but
people like the other. I think the other actor's fine.
Yeah, but how weird would it be they bring back Mark Hamill CGI, but not Han Solo? That's
I'm in the
part that would
I'm in the boat of recasting Mark Hamill at this point. Like if we ever see Luke again in that era, just recast him. Like,
why recast him when you can have a CGI version? He can make cameo appearances to your birthday party now as his younger self. Nothing's weird about that. Nothing weird. Nothing weird at all.
I'm slightly concerned about Obi-Wan for two reasons. One of them I can kind of shut down though, so I'll start with that one. That is Boba Fett. Boba Fett ended this week.
Did you watch it?
I did watch it, and I actually went back and caught up on the rest of the show before I watched it, or after I watched it.
Because I didn't know if we were going to talk about it or not, because I know Ramon was the one leading the Boba Fett conversation. But since you're talking about, go ahead. I don't even have it on the list to talk about. Go ahead and continue with the Boba Fett thing.
Do you want me to avoid spoilers or no?
Do you guys want spoilers? All three of you out there?
Okay, we should put.
Ramon says Blade Runner, both are great, but yes, I didn't want a sequel, but Denis Villeneuve nailed it perfectly. Obi-Wan is gonna suck harder than Rita Ora did to get a record deal. After Boba Bitch, I think it's gonna be average.
You see, there's the thing is like, I was concerned about it after that, but it's a completely different team of people, like entirely. The person directing all of the Obi-Wan episodes directed some of the best episodes of The Mandalorian. I think her name is Deborah Chow. She directed some of the best episodes of The Mandalorian. So, and it's a completely different writing team, completely different. Everything is different. So
Right.
I'm not worried about it really, but there's one major thing that is confirmed for this show that I am worried about, and that is Darth Vader being in it.
Darth Vader or Anakin?
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. Anakin will show up as probably like flashbacks and stuff like this.
Yeah, we'll probably get Clone Wars flashbacks.
I'm assuming they're going to have a ton of flashbacks in this series.
See, that worries me too. It's only 6 episodes long. I don't want to spend too much time in flashbacks. Like, one scene, sure. I'll take like maybe even a 15-minute Clone Wars flashback and at one point. But like, if we do that multiple times during this show, that's kind of concerning. Anyway, it's Ewan McGregor said that he filmed scenes with Hayden Christensen as Anakin.
Right.
So we will see him playing Anakin, but it is also confirmed that we will see him playing Darth Vader. So
James Earl Jones coming back to voice Darth Vader?
I would assume so. I don't think we know yet. Okay. But it just concerns me.
We need Darth Vader. We need Darth Vader. To me, that is the biggest, most missed opportunity in all this Star Wars resurgence, nostalgia stuff, is that we haven't gotten a badass Darth Vader yet. Like, we haven't. We
did in Rogue One.
Okay, sorry. We got 10 seconds of badass Darth Vader.
Here's
an entire thing explaining his, his character development, because we know the man, the myth, the legend, but we never heard this or saw the stories. We never saw them play out. We need some Darth Vader validation here.
I don't think this is the right place to do it, though.
God,
are you all right?
I don't know. I keep sneezing. It's because I miss Ramon. I'm allergic to not having Ramon.
I think you're right.
Jesus. I'm not done. I can feel it. It's back there. It's just something. Go ahead. What?
I think you're right. We do need some really cool Vader stuff and backstory. Or, what he's kind of doing in between trilogies. But, like, this isn't the place to do it.
Who are you to say?
Me! I'm the person to say! Because this is an Obi-Wan show, and all context in every other Star Wars movie in existence points to the fact that Obi-Wan and Vader never met again in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. Everything points to that never happening. So obviously they can do what they want. Is
that confirmed? Like, they never met? Is that said somewhere, or is that just an assumption?
It is an assumption.
Okay, problem solved.
Because
who cares if it's an assumption?
Because they mention, like, in A New Hope, they're like, oh yeah, when I left you, and like all that left on Mustafar, that's where they fought at the end of Revenge of the Sith. Like, I don't know. I don't think Darth Vader should be here.
But who's also to say that Darth Vader and Obi-Wan are the ones meeting up? Darth Vader, he was doing all these terrible things during that 20 or 18 year span of time. Maybe Obi-Wan will be, kind of in the distance for the whole thing. It doesn't mean that they're going to interact, but I can still see Darth Vader having a huge presence in this movie. And I disagree with you in the fact that this is the wrong place to do it, because I feel like this is kind of the right place to do it. You're going to have like almost a detective series with Obi-Wan, almost playing this Batman type of character, if you will. Someone who stays in the shadow, stays out of the way, but keeping an eye on Darth Vader, keeping an eye on Luke Skywalker, living with his aunt and uncle, just down the road. Like, I could see this playing off if it plays off well. And with the time that they've taken to get this show out there, I think this show was planned before any of the other series were planned. Just because it's been a thing in people's head for years, but I can see this working. This is one show that I'm actually looking forward to when it comes to this Star Wars stuff. And you know me, I watched Mandalorian season 1 and I was done with it. That doesn't mean I don't like it, but it didn't catch my attention because it just, I don't know. This Obi-Wan seems to have the right cocktail of nostalgia and the storylines that I do care about. And I feel like that it's going to work out for me, at least. So that's my opinion. That's my thoughts. I don't think necessarily that Darth Vader and Obi-Wan have to actually interact with each other for this to work.
The president of Lucasfilm called it the greatest rematch of the century between Vader and Obi-Wan in this show. And they showed concept art of them fighting.
Well, why didn't you say that earlier?
Because I wanted to let this play out. Because I thought it would be kind of funny.
No, okay, so they do rematch. Okay, then whatever. There's nothing to. Maybe they have a rematch on the same planet, so whatever he said in that one movie makes sense. Then who knows? Who cares? Like honestly, one episode of Star Wars, Yoda says he's 800 years old. The next episode, he says he's 900 years old. No one's throwing a huge fit about that.
When does that happen?
One of the first, between the second and third one. In one episode of Star Wars, Princess Leia is reminiscing, talking about how she remembers how sad her mother is. And the prequel, she dies, but her mom dies before she even gets to meet the kids.
Well, maybe she remembers that.
I remember how sad my mom was as I was being birthed. No. Listen, there's continuity issues all up and down this stuff. We can let one go for an awesome scene. I think we can do that. So hit or miss comment says, my bet is the season will end up on Mandalore and Vader / Maul will both appear.
We know Vader's appear. Maul's not going to appear.
No?
I can guarantee you right now Maul won't appear.
How can you guarantee? Do you want to make it interesting? Do you want to make a bet with Ramon?
I'm not making a bet. I'm just telling you Maul won't appear because of the Rebels TV show, Star Wars Rebels. They meet in that again for the first time since The Phantom Menace. And they talk about how they thought each other were dead. So they didn't know they were alive. And this takes place before Rebels. So Maul can't show up in this show. If he does, he will not. Obi-Wan and Maul will not see each other at all, like even from a distance. That's the only way that would work. But then what would be the point of having Maul there?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say anything because then you'll just let me go on a rant and then tell me information that I need to know that would have stifled my rant after I get my rant out. So I'm not going to rant on anything. I don't know, man. I'm excited for it. That's all I know. I hope they dive into a deeper Darth Vader story and an Obi-Wan story, and I hope it works out. We can all just wish for the best. It's not gonna be a world-ending event. If it sucks, it sucks. So,
yeah.
All right, let's see here. Banners. Moving on. All right, Futurama returning to TV without John DiMaggio. If anyone knows who John DiMaggio is or doesn't know who he is, he's the voice of Bender, along with a few other characters sprinkled out throughout the series. But yes, the entire series is coming back to Hulu, or not back, it's returning to, and it's going to stream on Hulu. Now, this is the second time that this series has actually been redone or being continued. First time it was on Comedy Central. It was rebooted not rebooted. They made a sequel series on Comedy Central. I don't know how long that lasted. But this series has such an interesting story behind it because it got canceled on its first run because it wasn't too popular, but everybody loves Futurama. And like it has this huge cult following, and then they bring it back for Comedy Central, and it doesn't last but a couple of years before it gets canceled again. And now they're bringing it back on Hulu because everybody loves this show until it's on. You know what I mean? Like, did you ever get into Futurama being a younger viewer yourself?
I never went out of my way to watch Futurama, but when it was on, I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. I liked it, and I'm glad to hear that it is coming back. Though, bummed out to hear that John DiMaggio might not be coming back because
Right, and that's
Bender is iconic, and like obviously Bender would be coming back. They would recast him, but John DiMaggio has an iconic voice. You know, like you hear John DiMaggio in anything, you're like, I've heard that voice before. You know, I don't know if I can put my finger on who that is, but I've heard that voice before.
Can you say "bite my shiny metal ass"? Yeah, that's him. Okay. Yeah, it's one of those things. This is like a contractual holdup. They're wanting him to come back. I don't think there's any reason why he doesn't want to come back, but I think there's some sort of, they're working on the contract for it, and if it appeases both sides, then he'll sign up. But right now the deal's just not sweet enough. Maybe, who knows, he might be asking for the sky. He might be like, dude, this is my third time. You want to come back for a third time, and that's what you want to pay me? No. This has been 30 years in the making. Let's add an extra 0 to that. He might be negotiating hard for this, knowing that his voice, even though he's widely known for just one character, it's like the character. It's the character that is like in all the promos, for this.
He was the character series they used to announce the revival.
Right, exactly.
I think it was a picture of Bender. It was a picture of Bender holding a flag that said "We're back" or something, and it had the Hulu logo at the bottom of it.
Right, because I'm excited for it. I love the show. I just hope they keep, in pace with how the original show was written, because I know the Comedy Central one, it kind of went down in quality a little bit. The jokes did. There's something magical about that first run that had a lot of heart. The show had a lot of heart, especially like the story between is it Leela? Like Lilo?
I think that's her. Is it? It might just be Lisa. Is it?
No, it's not Lisa. I can't. The cyborg chick, played by Katie Seagal. She and Fry's love story.
You're right. It is Leela.
Yay! It's just such a good love story to be told. And I was just talking to a friend about this the other day. That there's an episode about Fry's dog. It's one of the most heart-wrenching episodes ever on TV. It's one of the episodes you just watch and it's nothing but heartbreaking, but you can't help but to watch it. God, justice for Seymour, please. He needs justice. He waited on Fry long enough. Anyway, yes, I'm glad to see that Futurama is coming back, and I'm sure John DiMaggio will return with them once they get those contracts.
You know what show I'm surprised isn't over yet? Family Guy. Like,
it's still on?
That's still going. No one likes it anymore.
What are their jokes like? They can't joke
They're
about
all
anything.
Cutaway gags. Like,
well, yeah, but like that used to be like highly offensive show. Like what I want. I'm gonna have to tune in and just watch an episode.
They joke about how they can't be offensive. That's the thing. They joke about how they joke about how they can't be offensive, and then they do cutaway gags. That is their only jokes now. Like, because the cutaway gags used to be kind of funny. Do it maybe once an episode. Me and my cousin were watching an episode about a year ago, like the newest episode at the time, like just to see what it was like. We were 15 minutes in and there were 3 cutaway gags already. Like, it was just too much. Wow. I don't know why Family Guy's still going. like people will say that about The Simpsons. Like, oh, how's The Simpsons still going? People still like The Simpsons. Like, yeah, obviously not as much as they did, 30 years ago, but like they still like The Simpsons.
Well, The Simpsons, its main comedic selling point was never anything offensive. It wasn't on the shoulders of other, ethnicities or race or, genders or, sexuality or anything like that. It was just fun from a dysfunctional family point of view.
Yeah. And Simpsons is usually looked at as more of a kid's show. Like,
not when I was a kid.
I know that.
That's evolution of time. Because when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to watch it because it symbolized a dysfunctional family.
I'm pretty sure it only has like a TV PG rating. Obviously, like Family Guy has like TVMA, but
yeah. Well, I'm sure The Simpsons probably has a little bit more than that, but least they did when they first came out. I remember when they first started doing the TV PG things. I think the first one I saw was on a TV show Roseanne. Yeah, when she kissed another woman in the episode, and they had to put the TV that this episode's not for children. Like, it was a whole ordeal. Yeah. Anyway, that's reminiscing. Yeah, but okay. So Futurama returning. Woohoo! Score. Hopefully it's as fun as it originally was. Otherwise, it's gonna get canceled. God, for a third time.
I mean, at least we know this season is long though. Like, I'm so used to like studios announcing like 8 or 10 episode seasons. This is confirmed to have 20. So,
oh wow,
yeah, 20 episodes, and they'll probably, if it's successful, obviously they'll do more than that. So,
well, good. All right. Well, we put it in the hands of Hulu and its creators. Take care of our loved franchise. Thank you so much. All right, moving on. Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon cast reveal. This is what we were talking about a little earlier when we said Ray Fisher is making a return to cinema. He is coming back in Rebel Moon. I don't know much about Rebel Moon. Is this a part of the Army of the Dead series thing?
We don't know. It might be, because obviously there was like that weird alien spaceship at the beginning of Army of the Dead. So we don't know yet, but that seems like something Zack would totally do.
I feel like it should be. I feel like if it's not, I'm going to be disappointed, even though like I know nothing about the movie.
There's been a couple pieces of information we've actually learned about this recently. Obviously, the cast being one of them, and even more obviously, the big catch here is the fact that Ray Fisher is part of this cast.
Yeah.
This movie is actually a 2-parter though. Like,
I read that they're filming it in 2 parts.
Yeah,
it says that, and it's for a couple different reasons. Well, they were saying production is going to take a while for a couple different reasons. One of those reasons being it's a 2-part movie. Another reason is that I believe this actor here is also shooting another series, so they have to kind of shoot around his schedule as well. But yeah, because they're shooting from April to November of this year, I think is what they're doing, which is
wow, that's a long
6
time,
months, right? Like it's pretty good span of time. Typically, like movies, about 3 months of filming.
Yeah, usually.
So, go ahead. Yeah.
The big catch though for me, and like some people know this, but like I think a lot of people are unaware of this movie's origin. This was actually a Star Wars pitch. Like, Zack Snyder pitched a Star Wars movie. Like,
really?
Pitched a Star Wars movie, and they turned it down. So he decided to do this. Like, this is that, but obviously not in the Star Wars universe.
Right. So it's a Zack Snyder Star Wars movie.
Yeah. Like, obviously he have to change things. No lightsabers and no the Force, but he'll probably do his own versions of both of those things.
May the fork be with you. So a Zack Snyder's Star Wars inspired movie that could also potentially lead into a zombie apocalypse on Earth.
Yep.
Sold. I'm in. Like that just sounds badass to me. It really does. That sounds like a concept that I could get behind.
Yeah, I didn't love Army of the Dead. I thought it was fine. I never watched Army of Thieves. I honestly forgot that even existed. But I'm really curious to see how this turns out. And specifically, like, because obviously Zack is known for his visuals. And I love the way he's always made space look. And obviously this is a sci-fi movie. So I'm really excited to see just what it looks like visually.
Oh, yeah. I mean, of course, Zack is a visual director. I mean, visual director seems redundant, but he's very creative.
He's known for his visuals, yeah.
Yes, he's very well known for that. Exactly. I mean, just God, his work with Krypton and Man of Steel, like we actually get to see that Krypton. God, it's so beautiful. Such a beautiful shot, and he has those classic pan shots, the shots that like go from one side of the screen all the way to the next, and you got that panorama shot. It's a classic Zack Snyder move. I'm sure we'll get plenty of those in this as well.
Yeah.
Do you know anything else about Rebel Moon besides that it was a pitch of Star Wars? Like maybe like a synopsis or a plot or something?
I don't I don't know much. I don't know if there is a synopsis out there. Let's see if there is. I don't think there is. Yeah, but
and it says here that one of the characters is leading to assemble the story of a peaceful colony on the edge of the galaxy that is threatened by the enemies of tyrannical region named, oh god, some alien Belosauruses.
Ray Fisher is playing a character named Blood Axe.
Yeah, he is. That's right. Yeah, he's playing Blood Axe. Like, yeah, there it is. Ray Fisher is a resistance fighter named Blood Axe. That's
this is kind of cool though. Like, it's cheesy, but that's kind of a cool name.
Yeah, whatever. I dig it. I'm glad to see Ray Fisher back in in front of the camera, and rightfully with Zack Snyder. So good for him.
Yeah.
I really hope this is part of the Army of the Dead, because I'm like you. Like, Army of the Dead wasn't a great movie, but I love what it could be. And the universe that Zack wanted to create with this, we need that alien element to like start dropping in. To me personally, I think it was a giant misstep to have the next movie in that series be the prequel about the guy, who can get into safes. Like, that's not what the draw was of that movie.
Yeah,
maybe a third one, make that a prequel. I don't know. But either way, I hope Rebel Moon is it. We'll find out. Zack is an enigma. Also, Russell Crowe joins Craven the Hunter. Neat. All right.
See, there's not much to talk about here because we don't know who he's playing. But
if it's Russell Crowe, it's obviously going to be some sort of important character.
Well, yeah.
I mean, he's not going to, kind of like his role in Man of Steel, where he played, Jor-El. Like, it was not a front man role, but it was definitely a huge role in the series.
Yeah, I'm confused on this movie on how it's going to work, because a funny thing is about it, there's only 2 cast members so far.
Yeah.
And both of them have played other Marvel characters.
Right.
Like,
yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson played
Quicksilver.
Yeah, who was the other one?
Russell Crowe is in Thor, the new one, like the next one.
Oh, is he?
He's playing Zeus, I think.
So maybe he's playing Zeus in this.
I doubt it. I don't know why Zeus.
Why do you doubt it?
This is part of like the Sony universe.
Oh, is it?
And yeah. Well, I mean, Aaron Taylor Johnson is
okay. That
Kraven.
Makes a lot more sense. Okay,
so
that makes more sense. All right,
yeah.
I didn't know it was a Sony's thing. It says it right here though. Okay, yeah, I didn't know it was a Sony thing. That makes a lot of sense. Why they're being, why Aaron Taylor Johnson is also in this, because they don't have the same kind of rules. They can reuse people in Marvel properties.
Yeah, this piece of information, not this, but like what I'm about to say, has gone kind of under the radar about this movie. The screenwriter for this movie has said that Spider-Man is in it.
Really?
But we don't know who. Obviously, it was known for a while, like, oh, obviously it's going to be Tom Holland.
We don't know.
But now people are kind of second guessing. There's like a lot of rumors of the Amazing Spider-Man 3 happening, and so people are thinking, like, what if they bring in Andrew Garfield instead?
Well, let's put on our tinfoil hats here. The Craven. Craven, who is one of Spider-Man's best known nemesis, made his comic debut all the way back in 1964 in The Amazing Spider-Man. Is that a hint? You heard it here, folks. Breaking news, Film Trigger, drive-by news. What's his name? Andrew Garfield will be returning as Spider-Man in Kraven the Hunter. And Russell Crowe will be playing Uncle Ben. All right, cool.
Why are they recasting Uncle Ben?
Because it's the multiverse. They can do whatever the fuck they want now. It doesn't even matter. There are no rules anymore. It's a free-for-all. It's anarchy in these worlds now. That's good. Well, Russell Crowe, he's a fun actor. I really enjoy this guy. Like, he's just he's just like one of those people you just don't like. you want to see somebody rub him the wrong way because you know they're going to get punched. All right, so just a couple more things that we have to talk about here. This is probably going to be a really early show. Let's see, Oscar nominees and nominations and nominons for 2022. Do we want to go through all of this shit?
I think we should go through like the main categories. That's like best director, best actor, and best actress.
Okay, let's see. All right, here's Best Pictures. Belfast. That's my favorite movie. Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, Power of the Dog. Holy crap. I've only seen 2 of these.
I've seen 1 of these, and I know what 2 you've seen is Dune and Don't Look Up. I've only seen Dune.
Don't Look Up is fun. You should watch that.
You know, I know it wasn't necessarily like like people love this movie, but I know it wasn't necessarily best picture worthy, but I'm kind of surprised we didn't get a No Way Home at least nod. That movie kind of saved like movie theaters.
Yeah, but that I if I saw it on the best picture list, I'd be pissed. Because I know that movie, because that movie's not, just because it's a great movie doesn't make it like Oscar worthy. They should have a category of really fun, super energetic nostalgia movies, and then it would fall into that category. No, it's got lots of great things going for it. You know, it's CGI, special effects, you know, but the story of it is, there's a lot of holes to be poked through this thing. You know, as a story, it's not all that great. The movie itself, bringing back Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, that in itself is what made you take that aspect out of that movie. Tell me what you got. You've got
a really good Spider-Man.
You got another mid-grade Spider-Man movie.
No, I don't think so.
Well, yeah, well, to each their own. But like, and I'm about to start my series on the Tom Holland ones. So I'll see what my reaction is to that. But as of now, you know, the Tom Holland movies, like, he fits good in the Avengers and stuff like that, but his solo films were meh. I mean, you know, that Far From Home was a meh movie. Homecoming was okay, but they didn't stick to that formula. They changed the formula, and it's different in No Way Home as well. But you take the 2 heavy hitters out of that movie, and you're left with a very pale story. You know, anyway. Whatever. I completely understand why it's not on Best Picture. Now, if it wasn't under like best, you know, effects or something like that,
I think it is. I think it would get nominated for that. But
of course,
you see, people are wondering like why no one. Oh, West Side Story got nominated too. That was under the ad.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
People are wondering like because the Oscars, like, their views go down every year. And they're like, well, why don't people like the Oscars? And I see people all the time. It's like, it's because you nominate movies no one ever watches.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
a majority of the audience does not watch these movies. Obviously, you have some people who do, you know, but like most people don't watch these movies. That's why no one watches the Oscars anymore. Like, you're nominating movies that nobody's ever heard of.
You see, MTV Movie Awards lost its opportunity. They could have been the new Oscars by having different categories that played into the likes of the common people. You know, I mean, seriously, Licorice Pizza, never heard of it. I'm sure it's a great movie. Obviously, it's Best Picture. Coda, I've never heard of that. Never heard of Belfast. Drive My Car, never heard of that. I've heard of King Richard. I've heard of Nightmare Alley. Never heard of Power of the Dog. Have no interest in West Side Story.
I've heard of most of them. There are a couple I've never heard of. Hold on, can you scroll back up? I want to see which. I've never heard of the top 2. Never heard of Drive My Car, but I've heard of the rest.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. There's the Best Picture. Which one do you want to win, Seth?
the one I saw.
Right.
Dune.
Exactly.
Honestly, though, I wouldn't be surprised if Dune does win. I wouldn't be surprised one bit.
I think Don't Look Up's going to take this one.
Really?
Yeah, just mainly because of the reason why people don't even give a shit about the Oscars anymore, because it all seems rigged. It all seems like everyone's just like, you know, patting each other on the back and, you know, complimenting themselves. this movie is right up that alley. It's got the all-star cast, you know, all the people you want on your good side are in this movie. So okay, cool. I'm sure that's gonna be my vote. Don't Look Up, or one of the ones I've never heard of. So, and then I will also predict that Will Smith will have a hissy fit if he doesn't win. See, best director, Kenneth Branagh, Belfast. Oh, this is like the same okay, yeah, moving on. Best actors, being the Ricardo. Is that movie even out?
Well, yeah.
I didn't even know that. I thought that movie was still like, I didn't know it was out yet. I haven't heard a thing about it. Like,
I've heard it's actually really good.
I hope so. I love Lucy, the show. Like, I loved watching that show growing up. Is it streaming or is it only in theaters?
I don't know.
God, I hope it's like on HBO Max. I'm not going to go to theaters.
This movie came out over 2 months ago.
Wow. Well, the buzz for it is like nothing. Wow. Benedict Cumberbatch, Power of the Dog. Andrew Garfield, Tick, Tick, Boom, which is something I really wanted to see, but it's a musical, and I just don't know if I can sit through a musical.
That's his second Oscar nomination.
Andrew Garfield?
Yeah, I think he got nominated for Hacksaw Ridge. I've never
seen
Hacksaw Ridge.
He got nominated for Hacksaw Ridge. He did.
I watched Tick, Tick, Boom, and I usually don't like musicals that much. This one was good. I didn't think it was amazing or anything, but I was like, it's a good movie, you know. And the best part, this movie is carried by Andrew Garfield, though, like easily. Yeah. Like, he is easily the best part of this movie. I'm glad to see that he got nominated for an Oscar, because he definitely deserves it. I hope he wins, but he probably won't.
Man, this is the year of Garfield, isn't it? Like 2022, like 2021 is when he put his foot in the door. 2022, this is going to be the year he's going to win the Oscar, and he's there. As soon as he wins this Oscar, Spider-Man 3 is in production. I promise you. I promise you, and he'll be able to ask for the sky for it as well. What he's going to do? He's like, yeah, I'll do the Amazing Spider-Man 3. But who was the CEO of Sony that fired him? Was that a CEO? He's gonna ask for that dude's head on a fucking stick. He's like, bring me his head and I'll do your movie. Will Smith. I bet Will Smith will either get he's gonna get an Oscar for either the best picture or best actor. Otherwise, he will fucking have a hissy fit. I know it, and they know it.
Completely skipped over Denzel Washington.
No, I didn't even know he was in a movie this year. The Tragedy of Macbeth. Is that like an actual like Macbeth, like the fucking play?
Maybe, I don't know.
What is that? I gotta figure out what this is. Tragedy of Macbeth review. Okay, God, you know what? Never mind. Dear Lord. Okay, now I've lost all of my stuff. Okay, well, there's that. I've lost all of my things because I was sharing the screen. Yeah.
I want to bring up something kind of funny, though. So the Oscars has like the opposite. There's like Razzies, you know, it's like worst of the year. They revealed their nominations, and Bruce Willis got his own category.
What?
Bruce Willis got his own category.
His own category of what?
Razzies. Like they made
the Razzie. Okay, I got you.
They made a category that was like worst Bruce Willis performance in a Bruce Willis movie. And obviously he's nominated for all of them. And the funniest part about that is I've never heard of a single one of those movies. I didn't know he had movies that came out last year, but there were like 6.
Wow. There we go. I got it back up. So what? So now there's just a category for Bruce Willis in the Razzies because Bruce Willis just chooses shit movies now. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay. Good for you, Bruce. Way to just let that legend just die and burn. Please go out in a blaze of glory. Dude, does anybody even care about the Oscars? Nobody cares about the Oscars anymore.
This is what I'm talking about. No one cares because they nominate things that no one's ever heard of.
Right. Best supporting actors, Syrian Hines, Belfast, Troy Kotsur, Coda, Jesse Plemons, Power of the Dog, J.K. Simmons, Being the Ricardos. Like, these are all just repeated. Like they chose like 6 movies
Yeah.
for every category. It seems like. Whoa, Kristen Dunst.
Yeah.
She's still alive?
You say it like she's like in her 80s or something.
No, I haven't heard shit about this girl. Only thing I've heard from Kirsten Dunst in the past 20 years is her bitching about Spider-Man. and doesn't like anything. Oh, my Spider-Man got canceled. Blah, 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 blah. The executives. Oh, they rebooted Spider-Man. Blah, 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 blah. And that movie sucks. They need to stop rebooting Spider-Man. They're only doing it because they already told the best stories in our movies. Like it's and now she wants to come back and play Mary Jane again. Okay, Kirsten. Sure thing. Let's see. Original screenplay, all the same exact movies. Oh, wait, this is a new one. The Worst Person in the World. Oh, okay.
All right.
They wrote a movie about Ramon. Nice. Ooh, that was rude. I'm sorry, Ramon. I love you. I'm just being silly. Adapted screenplay. These are all the... Okay. I don't care.
I love the Oscars.
When I was a kid, like that was the thing. You sit down, you watch the Oscars. It was a huge event. And people just loved it. Like, no, is there even people in the audience anymore at these things?
Yeah.
Do they even air them still, or is it all just the actors?
No, yeah, it's. I mean, yeah, there's all the actors, but like, yeah, they still air it too.
Makeup and hairstyling. Let's see who got this. Coming to America. Ooh, Cruella. I could see that. I mean, the whole movie is based around a fucking fashion designer, so it should be on there. Dune. Yeah, I could see that. Wow, I actually knew those 3. Nice. House of Gucci. Still never seen it. The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Who the hell's Tammy Faye? Sound. No Time to Die. Dune. Blah 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 blah. West Side Story. Belfast. I don't care. Visual effects, Free Guy, Dune, Shang. Oh, now the comic book properties are starting to show up. Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings, Spider-Man, No Way Home. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Score, Spider-Man, No Way Home, specifically Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man of the Amazing Spider-Man 1 score. That should be in there. All right, cool. I don't care. Does anybody care about Oscars? I'm done. We're done. No, nobody cares about the Oscars anymore. I do care about Peacemaker.
Me too.
Have you watched it?
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. What do you got to say? Tell me your first thoughts. Episode 7. How's this show treating you?
It's probably my favorite episode so far.
Oh, really?
Honestly, yeah, because. Okay, so spoiler talk. Okay, good. So they killed his dad, and I didn't think they would do that until next week. Like I thought it would be like a grand finale thing, but nope. They're gonna fight a giant worm. Even
oh yeah, the giant worm. Okay, did you notice what I noticed about that giant worm?
What? That it looks like the creature from The Last Jedi that Luke milks. Never mind.
No, that it actually looks like the worm or the caterpillar from Monsters vs. Aliens. And it even sounds like it.
I've seen other people point that out too.
Really?
Yeah, you're not alone on that.
Good. Because I did some investigative work after I watched the episode, and I tried to find connective tissue between HBO Max, Warner Brothers, and Monsters vs. Aliens. And the only thing that I could see is that HBO Max is being credited for streaming Monsters vs. Aliens. But other than that, there's no connective tissue. But I feel like whatever production company they used kind of used the copy and paste of that caterpillar from Monsters vs. Aliens. Yeah, because it was the first thing that I noticed. When I saw it, it's just the way it moved around and the sound it was making. It was the same exact thing, just different skin on top of it. Watch it again and you'll notice it. I swear.
I am really curious to see how they defeat this thing, assuming they defeat it,
assuming they have to fight it. I mean,
I'm sure they have to fight it.
Why would they have to fight it? And this thing is being held underground. It's literally a slave to these butterfly. It could just want to be freed.
Maybe,
we don't know what this thing's intent is, or it could just be like the queen butterfly that provides the food and they have to protect it. I don't know.
Ugh.
But this episode was so freaking, it was just awesome, dude. And I did have a little issue with his dad's character in this episode, specifically when he Iron Man across the sky. Where'd this technology come from? Everyone can just be Iron Man now, like little things like that, but no big deal. But the show looks like it's still, every episode's captured my attention, and I'm looking forward to the season finale next week. So
I'm really curious to see how they wrap it up, even though we're probably going to get a second season, but I'm curious to see what they do with the finale. And I'm just curious to see if it leads into anything else. Like the Suicide Squad set up Peacemaker. I'm curious to see if Peacemaker sets up something else.
Right. That would make sense.
Other than like season 2.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. It's we live in a weird world where like we know we have TV series, but that go with the cinematic universes, but we haven't actually seen it come to true fruition yet. We kind of have in No Way Home, but we haven't actually seen the action versus consequence, from a TV series to the movies series. So like right now, this how that connective tissue is all going to work is still a big question mark over Disney and HBO Max and Warner Brothers. So we'll see how it works. I obviously Marvel's going to do it first, but who knows? Maybe HBO Max will do a little secret connective tissue that we don't know yet.
Well, they haven't said what it is yet, but James Gunn did confirm that, Harcourt in the show, he's already said that she's already filmed her next appearance in a DC project, like after Peacemaker. He won't say what it is. I'm pretty sure it's Black Adam. I think that's like the rumor, but he's already said that she's in something coming out soon. So
okay.
I mean, that will maybe tie it in a little bit, but
well, they need to start tying these ends right now, because right now, just specifically Warner Brothers, just seems everywhere. And I'm not gonna lie, Disney is like almost there too with their TV series. Like, this is what Ramon has been complaining about for a long time, is that there's just too much going on. It's too much to juggle. It's oversaturation. And if these don't start tying in and making sense soon, then people's investment in time to watch these series is going to plummet big time.
Well, I mean, it'll just tie into seemingly just tie into like James Gunn's side of things, where it'll heavily tie in. Because James Gunn, let's be honest, he's pretty much just doing his own cinematic universe at this point, within the DC world. So, but yeah, a
DC world that exists without Batman or Superman, apparently. So,
well, no, they mention him.
Yeah. Let's not go down that rabbit hole. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about there, buddy?
I'll talk about this a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Good job. All right. Well done.
What were they thinking? I'm assuming you didn't watch it.
No, I haven't watched a single episode of Boba Fett, and nothing.
Don't waste your time.
Yeah, nothing has convinced me that I need to.
Of course, I was wrong. On my theory, Han Solo was not there.
Mm-hmm. That was a lot of people's theories, I heard. Yeah.
Yeah. Han Solo.
Well, was there a big cameo that you did predict? Like, you predicted a big cameo would happen?
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope.
Did Boba Fett come back? Was that the cameo?
Yeah. The episode finally focused on Boba Fett. Ooh. That was cool. Yeah, we got to see Boba Fett shoot people a couple times. And then
what is their deal? What happened here, Seth? What happened with this series?
I don't know.
Why does this series exist?
I don't know. I have no idea why this series exists. The only reason I can think of is it's just filler for like in between The Mandalorian season 2 and 3. Because, spoiler alert, at the end of The Mandalorian season 2, Luke came in and took Baby Yoda away. And now he has him back. Mando has Baby Yoda back now. Because of this show, like of the things that happened in the show. So it's just like, okay, so not only was the end of The Mandalorian Season 2 completely pointless, but now it's starting to feel like that the Boba Fett show happening was only made so Mandalorian could get Baby Yoda back. Because in terms of Boba Fett's story, this show did nothing for his character except prove to the general audience that Boba Fett has always been lame. Because, the general audience, they're like, oh, what's so cool about Boba Fett? He just kind of stands around and does nothing.
Yeah,
but then the people who have read the comic books and I don't know if you can hear my dog barking. The people who have read the comic books and stuff are like, oh no, Boba Fett's such a really cool character. He goes on all these awesome adventures. And they're like, just wait until Boba Fett gets a standalone thing. They'll prove it to you. And now this show is just proving to the people that thought he was lame before that, he actually is really lame.
Do you think that was the purpose of this show, is actually to bring Boba Fett down a couple pegs? Now, this is something that I've been theorizing with Ramon, is that they made this Boba Fett series to promote The Mandalorian. Okay, here's your Boba Fett. Not cool, right? All right, let's get back to The Mandalorian then.
I hope not. I mean, I get it, but if their job was to make Boba Fett as lame as possible, then they did a really good job. He gets beat up in his underwear more than once in this show.
My initial thought was Breaking Bad. I just saw Walter White in his underwear. I don't
That's okay. Imagine that, but Walter White has his shirt off too. That's I almost called him Bumblebee. That's Boba Fett.
Wow, that's some weird. You might want to get that checked out. That's some future dementia shit going on.
That's Boba Fett for you in this show. He just gets bullied the whole time, and he spends the whole episode or the whole show. Because you jump back and forth from right after he got eaten by the Sarlacc pit and after the events of Mandalorian. And the events after the Mandalorian, he's just going around meeting people in his city that he just took over. And in the prequel, he's hanging out with some Tusken Raiders. It's okay, where's the draw here? And then
there's got to be a reason. I feel like there's something that we're missing. Go ahead.
Finally, at the end of episode 4, they're like, war is coming. And then they're like, we need to hire some muscle. And then you spend 2 episodes with Mandalorian. And then in the finale, you finally go back to Boba Fett. This show is a disaster. There's no point in this show.
We need to hire some muscle to carry these views.
I'll just throw it out there. When they said hire some muscle, it's like, oh yeah, Mandalorian didn't do anything when war actually came. He did not help one bit. Boba Fett showed up riding a Rancor and destroyed everything.
So Boba Fett saved the day. Boba Fett did something.
But he what would have been cool? What would have been cool is if he's riding the Rancor, with one hand on his other hand, he's shooting people. Nope. No, he's just kind of riding up there, and the Rancor's just kind of doing his own thing, destroying everything.
He's eating a sandwich.
He's literally scaring the civilians of the city that he runs. They're running away from Boba Fett. And then, do you want to know how the episode ends? Because he spends the whole show trying to really prove himself as a leader. The show ends with him walking around the town, saying hi to everybody, and then he looks at Fennec Shan, who's his right-hand person, and goes, I don't think I'm cut out for this. The show ends. It's a disaster.
That's the most relevant thing you've said, Boba Fett. We agree. You're not cut out for this.
Hopefully they get a season 2 where he decides to go back to being a bounty hunter.
The Book of Boba Fett. That will ultimately destroy a character people have loved for years. Good job.
Unironically my favorite part of this whole show, other than even including the Mandalorian, my favorite part of this show was Cobb Vanth, who is played, you watch Santa Clarita Diet, he's played by the husband on Santa Clarita Diet. He is easily my favorite part of this show, and he's only in 1 episode.
Is he fun? Is he funny? Does he have
he's kind of funny, he's got a cool vibe to it, because he's in 1 episode of The Mandalorian. He actually has Boba Fett's armor in The Mandalorian. That's where they get it, or how they get it back. And then he had kind of a cool vibe, and then he never showed back up again in The Mandalorian. And then he made a surprise appearance last week in Boba Fett, and then he got shot by Cad Bane, and I was like, I was like, did they just kill the only interesting character on this show? And
yes, they did.
And then the post-credit scene, he's like in one of those weird tanks that like keep people alive. So he's alive. He's gonna come back at some point. But I honestly, I hope he gets his own show, because I guess there was some development with him from the last time we saw him to now, because now he's also kind of running a town, you know, like a lot smaller, but he has a straight up like Western shootout with somebody.
I was about to say, are these characters like Boba Fett, the Mandalorian, are these just like old timey sheriffs? This town's not big enough for the both of us.
You see,
like
that's what people thought the Mandalorian would be, was like a space Western. And though I could see that, when you spend some time with Cobb Vanth in the Book of Boba Fett, which isn't much, but when you do, that is the most Western thing we've ever seen in Star Wars before. So if he does get his own show, which I think probably will happen, then that will be like a full-on Western type thing. And I hope it happens, because I really like him. But
right,
yeah,
well,
that's my rant on the god-awful Boba Fett show. I don't know what they were thinking. But
yeah, it seems to be popular consensus that nobody likes this show for any reason whatsoever. It's ruined the mythology of Boba Fett. Maybe that was their purpose. Jon Favreau was just like, I don't care about what George Lucas did. I care about what I did. The Mandalorian. Thank you. Please subscribe to Disney Plus. Thank you.
It now makes sense that this character was introduced in the holiday special. Like, you could tell people that after they watch this show and be like, yeah, that makes sense. Boba Fett was introduced in the holiday special.
Boba Fett was?
Yeah. That was his first
right.
appearance ever, was the holiday special.
Well, you know, maybe this is a true testament to, you know, just really just how easily social circles can get stuff spun out of control. You know, Boba Fett has done nothing to prove to us that he's the greatest, you know, bounty hunter alive. It's just all been rumors. It's what everyone speculated over the years. The show just proved to us, no, he's actually a dork, and yeah, Mandalorian's a lot better. So
Mandalorian is a lot better. I'm excited for the Mandalorian season 3. I'll say that much.
This just in. Breaking news. George Lucas just bought back Lucasfilms, and he's now replacing all original footage of Boba Fett with the Mandalorian. So that just in, because that's how we do movies. We can go back and just change whatever the hell we want whenever we do.
We're getting the special edition of the original trilogy again.
What do you mean a special edition?
Because they redid the original trilogy. Like
right.
Now they're doing it. Never mind. It was a joke.
Well, no. You have to explain. Are they re-releasing what George Lucas did, or are they upgrading it again and
upgrading it again?
Oh,
but not actually. It was a joke because of your Boba Fett thing.
Okay, cool. I'm on board. All right. With that being said, we're gonna call it a day here, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank everyone who tuned in, who joined us in the comments, everybody who called, which is nobody. Come on, you got a phone, give us a ring. But you have to wait till next week now, otherwise you're just gonna get my voicemail. Which I did change for Film Trigger because it's its own phone line. So like now Film Trigger has its own. We're either with another caller or not live at the moment. Either way,
nice.
Okay, we'll see y'all next week. Stay trigger happy, my friends. Peace.